Oh man, look at that. Welcome guys to another episode on the Extra Mile. My name is Alex and welcome to another Project Cars 2 episode this time. And I thought since I've driven the GPL mod in Assetto Corsa yesterday, it would be a good idea to try Project Cars 2 and the Lotus 49 we have there on the Nordschleife and see how they compare in terms of driving, feeling, sound and visuals. And we can already see that Project Cars 2 here has done a great job in recreating the beautiful engine here and the gearbox. We can see the drive shafts, which look massive, absolutely gorgeous. That looks amazing. What's actually written on that cap? Let's see if we can. Remove slowly and tighten clockwise, not counterclockwise. Alright, remove slowly, that's a good tip. I wish we could do that here actually. Yeah, the Lotus 49 looks absolutely stunning. Let's see how they compare. Obviously I did drive the Cooper Maserati in GPL yesterday, not the Lotus 49, but still they are from the same era. So yeah, let's get into the car and do a few laps. Alright, oh wow, look at that. The gear shift vibrates when I rev the engine, that's awesome. Okay, anyway. So, we're driving on the standard loose setup, which is unchanged. I just took a little bit of fuel out of the car, since we're only doing 2 laps here. Interesting, the car immediately feels different. Mostly the turn-in seems to be less eager, a little bit more understeer. Try to lock up the brakes. No. Interesting. So braking seems to be easier here in this case. And that is not to say more or less realistic. It's just the way it is. I can't seem to lock up the brakes no matter how hard I stomp onto them. Man, look at those colors of the trees though, it's absolutely beautiful. Yeah, tried again to lock up the brakes, it will not happen. Okay, anyway, let's focus on the flying lap. Here we go. Come on. Whoa. It's weird, it's hard to describe, but the handling, well, let me put it this way. In the GPL cars, I could get into the car and it immediately makes sense. There was never a situation where I thought, oh, why does it do that now? Oh, why is there so much understeer all of a sudden? It was a well-balanced car that you could have fun with and drive with. Pretty much right off the gate you could run it at a high pace. But here you have to kind of get used to the car's quirks, so to speak, a little bit. There's that understeer that makes it hard to get to the apex on the initial turn-in. And then when you kind of want to use that power and drift out of the corner a little bit, for some reason it just doesn't work. The car just does not want to slide. Let's try this again here. Nope. It just grips and pushes over the front wheels. Which is, of course, a very safe way to set up the car, but this is, again, this is the loose setup, so this should be the more risky setup. Yeah, no, it's really weird. Lowest corner of the track, there we go. Come on, come on. So in a way, Project Cars 2 has taken the fun out of this car a little bit, because what makes it fun is sliding out of the corner, playing with the car at the limit. And unfortunately, for whatever reason, at least with the default loose setup, that is not really possible here. You can drive it fast, you can have fun with it, but this sliding feeling, that loose rear end, loose but controllable rear end that you have in, well, that you had back in GPL in the original game, or that you have in the GPL mod, that is not really here. Now, is that more or less realistic? I will let you decide, but it's definitely less fun. Now, which car is faster though? I won't guess right now, because my guesses are usually so wrong, but the car in GPL felt faster to me. But that doesn't mean much. Oh, come on. It's interesting. The setup is so weird, because it does allow for off-throttle oversteer like that, but on throttle it just plows over the front wheels like that. It's really, really weird. I mean, you would think that if you set the car up for understeer to be safe, then you would do so on corner entry as well, but you can get it to step out on corner entry. It's just corner exits where the fun usually is. The car does not really slide. Oh, look at that. Even at higher speeds it pushes. Really interesting. So in the GPL mod in Assetto Corsa, what you're doing is you're basically spending most of your time balancing that oversteer on corner exits, and it's a beautiful balance and it's joyful to do. What you do here in Project Cars 2 is you're spending most of the time managing understeer. So I'm thinking about, okay, I can't go too fast into this corner here, or I will wash wide. I can't go on throttle too early, or I will wash wide. You're mostly just fighting understeer, and that is really weird, because that is not what these cars are known for, and what the driving experience should be, in my personal opinion, of course. I think since these cars pretty much slide all the time, and that is kind of where Project Cars 2's weakness still is, in the behavior of the cars when you go over the limit. You're basically in that zone where Project Cars 2 has a few issues still, let's put it that way. You're in that zone all the time, where you're getting understeer instead of oversteer, or rather uncontrollable oversteer. So basically this car magnifies the handling issues. 6 minutes 56.6 seconds, that's quite interesting. So this car is quite a bit faster than the one in GPL, and I think that makes sense, because at no point here do you have the feeling that the engine power is too much for the rear wheels. They always grip, there's always grip at the rear. You never really get into that sliding power over slide situation with this car here, which is a little bit of a shame, because that is what makes them fun, and for whatever reason that is not quite how the car here in Project Cars 2 drives. I think this car magnifies the issues of the Project Cars 2 physics engine that are still in there. They've done an amazing job on improving the physics engine in comparison to Project Cars 1, no doubt about that, and it is very, very good in cars that do not slide that much. GT3 cars, Formula cars, that feels very good here in this game. But as soon as you start to slide, most cars, not all of them, but most cars tend to behave a little bit weirdly, and this car is a prime example of that. It is faster than the one in GPL, or rather than the one in Assetto Corsa, the GPL mod in Assetto Corsa, but in terms of driving fun, it's not even close. Here in this car you're fighting understeer, in the other car you're enjoying oversteer, as it should be. Anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed this, and I will see you in the next episode. Bye bye!